Hi, everybody. This is Michael Rees. I'm a little late in bringing this Autumn Wind broadcast. I'm going to open up a few things here. This is an NFC divisional matchup, divisional playoff for NFC, more appropriately, division semifinals. It's the New Orleans Saints, coached by Gene LaFleur, who won a wild card game to make it to this round against Oakland, who's coached by Tim Bowler. And he was 14-2, so he got a bye. So right now, New Orleans Saints have taken over. That's the first possession. I'm sorry, I'm a little late, like I said, getting into this game. They've made their way to the Oakland 17, and it's now 2nd and 10. So Gene LaFleur, 12-4. Matty Ice under center. His wideouts are Julian Edelman and Rashad Higgins. Latavius Murray and Wayne Gallman in the backfield. So he kind of has that 60s, 70s sort of feel with a fullback and a halfback. Both of them can carry. It's a pickup of 3 for Latavius Murray. It's now 3rd down and 7. So we've already had 2 Autumn Wind playoff games. Got 2 of them in the books. We've got 1 more tomorrow night as we're getting back down to our final 4. This will be the 3rd team that's going to punch their ticket. Just over 7 minutes to go here in this first quarter. New Orleans Saints with the ball, 3rd and 7 at the Oakland 14. 3 wide sets, so that's Sterling Shepard that has made his way onto the field, countered by 3-3-5. Looking for Sterling Shepard. That pass is incomplete on the D card. And so New Orleans is going to have to settle for a field goal attempt by Zane Gonzalez. And we have our first score of the game. So New Orleans will go out on top 3-0. So the Saints 12-4 in their campaign. Oakland Raiders 14-2, the number 2 seed. And so the silver and black will take over, and that is Dak Prescott under center. Darrell Henderson Jr., the real-life running back from the Los Angeles Rams. That's Henry Ruggs over there to the right in this 2 tight end set. And Knox and TJ Hawkinson, there's your tight ends. The line across 5-5-5-4-4. And you look at the defense here, again, another club that's playing a 3-4. I don't know that there's a 4-3 team in the playoffs. If there is, I haven't seen it. There's a run for Henderson, and he's going to pick up 9 on the play. It's now 2nd down and 1. Defensive end 2 or 9. Defensive end, there's a 4. So he's got a 4 and a 5 and a 0. 4s across the linebackers with the exception of a 6 there in the left linebacker zone, excuse me. Off tackle run. And he's going to lose a couple of yards. Defense guessed right on that play. That was Dionta Foreman. So Foreman this year was one of those cast-off backs, and he was picked up by Tennessee. He's going to have a pretty decent card actually next year. The Titans pulled him off the scrap heap. So again, my apologies for this late broadcast. I'll check in the lobby every once in a while to see if anybody's here that would like to join us for this broadcast. We had a really, really good game Friday night, and Dennis Crowley joined me in the fourth quarter. It was an excellent contest. Off tackle right for Madison. So there's another back. That's a pickup of 6. And that'll move the chain. So on 3rd down and 3, Madison picks 6. And Oakland now has their ball at the 33. Defense guesses right on that flat pass. It's going to pick up 7. And it's now 2nd down and 3. So you've got the flood there automatically in the middle. You've got that vulnerable 4, but you can see New Orleans switching back and forth between those two. But with that 0 outside, at some point you may have to bring that 4 up a little bit, and maybe then he brings that 6. Instead, he does flood the right linebacker zone. There's a hitch pass that's guessed wrong. So he flooded 2 flats. He kind of hedged there and called run. That'll be a pickup of 8 and another 1st down. That was on Prescott's card. So Dak under center for these Raiders, 14-2 this year. Another solid campaign for Tim Bowler. Matching, wits against Gene LaFleur. 1st and 10, they've made their way to midfield, almost there. Oakland 49-yard line. Off tackle run. Defense guesses pass. It's on the D card. 7 or 2. That guard is able to make the block, so it's a pickup of 7. 2nd down and 3. David DeCastro able to make that block. He's a 5. It was a white die 5, so there's the difference between a 7-yard pickup and a 2-yard pickup. So the complexion of this series changes. Lots you can do here. 2nd down and 3. 2:45 on a running clock. Oakland trailing New Orleans 3-0. The winner will go to the NFC Autumn Wind Championship. Inside run for Foreman. Nose tackle was able to make the play. He only needed to be a 4. It was a white die 4. That's Delvin Tomlinson. Actually, excuse me, he's a 5, so he was easily able to make that play, right? So let's see. He's got a couple linebackers there in the middle. Let's see if he brings them up. And maybe brings that 6 in to plug that middle in case he tries a flat pass. He brings 1 man up. And it looks like he's going to be stopped in the backfield. And he is. And that was Madison again. Guessed right. So nice call there by Gene LaFleur. And Oakland's going to have to turn this ball over, or one would think, but not in the modern NFL. Tim Bowler says go big or go home. So he's going to try to make his way to that vaunted 1st down. Pick up 2 here, or he's going to try to at least. So it's kind of no man's land. Little risky here. He's going to give the ball up at midfield if he can't convert. So 4th down and 2. That's Madison there in the backfield. An off tackle run for Madison. Defense guesses run, and we have a big turnover. The first of the game is a turnover on downs. Nice call by LaFleur. Only a pickup of 1 on Madison's card, and we're going the other way. So the Saints already up 3-0, have excellent field position here as they will take possession on their 42 with 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. In the NFC semifinals between 12-4 New Orleans and 14-2 Oakland. That's Ryan under center. Button-hook pass looking for Murray. That's a pickup of 7. That's on Ryan's card. It's now 2nd down and 3. And there's a run for Murray, but he's only going to pick up 2. Defensive tackle 2 or 6. Defensive tackle able to make the play. That was Shy Tuttle with the New Orleans Saints. So I mentioned a moment ago, we haven't seen very many 3-4 teams, but I think this is the first one that I've seen. Excuse me, a 4-3 team. I apologize. So we do have a 4-3 club here in the Oakland Raiders. Just far and few between. So many of these clubs are just now playing that 3-4. And there's a run for Murray. He's going to pick up the first down. Was guessed right on his card. That's a pickup of 4, and the Saints have moved it beyond midfield, and now the ball rests at the Oakland Raider 45. They got the ball on a turnover by the Raiders on downs, who went for it on 4th and 2, but was unable to convert. Ryan's going to stand in the pocket. He's going to flip one over the middle, but it's incomplete. That was a flat pass attempt, again, to Latavius Murray. Ryan is 6 of 11 so far for only 36 yards. Here's a pass to Rashad Jennings. And Jennings is able to haul that one in, and that's a nice pickup. So we got a white dice 6. That's one of the rule variations. This is very much an old school league when it comes to rule variations. That was a pickup of 20 for Rashad Higgins because of a white die 6. And so that's good for another first down, as New Orleans has now made their way into scoring position. Ball at the 25. We now are in the second quarter. Saints 3, Raiders nothing. Ryan is going to look deep, and that pass is incomplete. So a deep target there for the retired Julian Edelman. Ryan's got a long gain, on 9 and 29-yard reception on 3. And a lot of blank space. So he was trying to catch him off guard there. With those 2 backs, Saints definitely are a run first team. There's a run to Gallman. Guessed wrong, pick up a 7. And so it's a manageable 3rd and 3. So across the stratosphere, we have different leagues and they all have different rule sets. Maybe I'll have to ask and see if somebody can check on this, but I think both of those 2 are listed as running backs. I just checked, and I don't believe either one is a fullback, but because one of them has a 4 run block rating, maybe we have a rule in place here that allows a run block 4 to play fullback. That's definitely an advantage when you have a 2-back set and both of those players can run. Usually fullbacks in this modern NFL cannot run, effectively at least. There's going to be a pass to Edelman. Defense guesses run. See if Edelman hauls it in. He does. And that's another first down. So that was on Matty Ice's card. Guessed right or wrong, it would have been a first down. So things are looking very good here for Gene LaFleur and his New Orleans Saints. They're already up 3-0. And the ball's at the Oakland 10. Lots of time here. 12 minutes in the first half, excuse me. Defense guesses run. That's going to be a pass to Murray. And Murray's going to go around to the outside. And there is 6 for the Saints. Hooday, hooday. Saints with 6 points. And with this extra point, that is through. They now are up 10-0 against Oakland. All right, so Oakland's going to take over after the touchback there. Ball at the 25. They got a little bit of work to do here, trailing 10-0. 14-2 club for Tim Bowler this year. That's Darrell Henderson in the backfield. Again, that 2 tight end set. Henderson and Dawson Knox. Knox is a 5 run block, so lots of good stuff there if you run left, filled with 5s. And there is a pitch out to Henderson. He's going to break away for a big gain. No one was there. 12-yard pickup. Tack on another 10. So a 22-yard gain for Darrell Henderson. And Oakland now finds themselves at the 47-yard line. There's another run for Henderson as he goes left, off tackle left, and he's going to pick up a nice chunk of change there. 7 yards, 2nd down and 3. Now on Oakland's last possession, this is the area of the field in which they went for it on 4th down and turned the ball over when they couldn't convert a 4th and 2. 2nd down and 3. So neither one of these two clubs look, superstar laden per se. Only 2 6s on New Orleans club with 2 5s and the rest are 4s. So that time Prescott threw to 2 men in the zone. And the receiver is only able to pick up a yard. That was Marcus Johnson. So it's now 3rd and 2. So this looks eerily similar to Oakland's last possession. Let's see if they can convert here. 2 tight end set, off tackle to Henderson. Again, defense guesses run. But in this case, they're able to make the play. The needed yardage. It's a pickup of 4. As New Orleans moved up linebacker Devontae Campbell, but he's unable to make the play. He needed to be a 6-run defense, and so that stops short. There's a run for Henderson, but that is snuffed out again by New Orleans. It's guessed right. It's only a pickup of 1. So New Orleans is having none of this run-first offense. An aggressively calling run. That's Marcus Johnson and Henry Ruggs on a 4. Both of them, well, let's see. Johnson's on a 5 and Ruggs is guarded by a 4. So you have to think that Tim's just biding his time for that 1 run call. He's trying to go over the top with Ruggs. Prescott's card on long passes is not great, though. There's a slant to Knox. Now this time, they do call run. And the pass is going to be intercepted. So that was an interception split on the 4 men in the zone. The play was called as a run, but it doesn't matter when it's on that defensive card. And that's an interception, a 15-yard interception. And so the Saints are in business, already up 10. And 8 minutes to go here in the half. So that's the 2nd turnover now for Oakland. Turnover on downs and an interception. That's a bad break. Play guessed wrong, but 4 men in the zone. And so now we go back to this 2 running back set with Murray and Gallman. And here's a run for Murray. Defense guesses run. Good call. Oh, excuse me. That was a pass to Murray. I'm sorry. Guessed wrong. Short gain. I misread that. Matt Ryan finds Latavius Murray. That's a pickup of 14. And a 1st down. That's 4 catches now for Murray for 37 yards. So Cephas is now checked into the game with Jacksonville. Oakland is able to get to Matt Ryan on the sack. He only loses a yard. It's 2nd down and 11. Ball at the 40. New Orleans up 10-0. The winner will play in the NFC Finals. At the end of the broadcast, we'll tell you who either of these teams will be matching up with. That's Ryan back looking. Looking for Latavius Murray. It's incomplete. That was on Matt Ryan's card. The interception split. Not much of a chance there. 2, 3, and 11. Just 4 chances out of 36. So this is a big down for Oakland here. They're behind the sticks, 3rd and 11. They can figure out a way to get them off the field. The last thing they want to do is give up another score. Already trailing 10-0. Matt Ryan is big there, and that's James White with the New England Patriots. Sidecar right to Matty Ice, Matt Ryan. Defense in the 3-3-5. So defense brought their safety up. Their 6th safety, Marcus May, to get there in the middle. That was a pass that was incomplete. That was intended for Trey Burton. And so Oakland is successful in getting New Orleans off the field and stopping the bleeding. That looks like a great kick. Is it going to get out of bounds? It sure is. So an excellent punt there from the Cincinnati Bengal, Kevin Huber. And Dak Prescott will be taking this snap just outside the 2-yard line. 1st and 10. Trailing 10-0. Now Madison is checked into the game. So you've got this interesting dynamic here where you've got a really strong run block set on the left, but then the defense has that end who's a 0. Defense calls pass here. Prescott's back looking, throws it short, and it's incomplete. He threw right there in the middle where 2 people were playing in the zone. It's now 2nd down and 10. Pardon me. Now Henderson will check into the game. Really haven't seen much from Ruggs, like at all. Not a lot of double teams here from New Orleans either. Off tackle run, defense guesses run, and Henderson is going to be stopped. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. So now, danger, danger. They have the ball at the 1-yard line. So you don't want to get too tricky here. Dak Prescott looking to figure out this conversion. He's going to be throwing from his own end zone unless they try a draw play here with Henderson. So 2 tight end set. Let's see what New Orleans is going to counter with. 3-3-5. Yep. 3-3-5. They're not showing blitz. Not much of a pass rush. That's interesting. I'll tell you in just a little bit. That's an incomplete pass. I noticed that the linebackers seem to switch on their 3-3-5 versus their 3-4. Anyway, there's a kick from deep in his own end zone right there with his back heels on the end zone. That's a 44-yard kick. So New Orleans is going to take over at the 45. They've got excellent field position. 4:18 to go here in the 2nd quarter. New Orleans already up 10-0. Great field position here for this drive. On that first play, that's the dreaded 5. Guessed wrong. And Gallman, no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. The 1970s are back. We see the pro set once again. As Murray is stopped for no gain. Defense brought a linebacker up. That's a blocking back 2 or a 0. And so now it's 3rd and 10. So you hate to think that New Orleans is going to waste good field position here, but they've been stopped for no gain on the first couple of plays. So now it's 3rd and 10. Now Trey Burton is in there at tight end. He's along with Edelman, Sterling Shepard, and Rashard Higgins. He's looking for Trey Burton, and Burton is able to haul it in. That was on the receiver card. There was a fumble chance there, but Burton is able to haul in. That's a big conversion for New Orleans because now they're in field goal range with the ball at the Raiders' 32. I got in a little late, so I'm not exactly sure who had the ball first. New Orleans had the first score, so it's possible they're the ones who had the lengthiest drive. Guess we'll just have to wait till halftime. That was a 7-yard pickup on the play for Wayne Gallman. Defensive tackle not able to make the play. It's a 5 and a 4 in there. He needed a 6. White dice 6. 2nd down and 3. There's a quick look over to Edelman. And Edelman is going to get some big time yards there. He has a 29 guess wrong on his card. Actually, it's a 39. He didn't need all 39 yards, but he had just enough to make his way to the end zone. So the Saints now are up 16 to nothing, pending this extra point from Zane Gonzalez. So New Orleans could not have hoped for a better start here in this contest against a very tough 14 and 2 Raider club. If Gonzalez puts this through, and he does, now it's a 3-score game. So now there's a lot of pressure here on the Raiders with 2:06 to go. Here in this first half, trailing 17 to nothing. So it looks like we've had a freeze in the game. So I've opened up the game not once, not twice, but 3 times. Don't need all 3 of these. So we'll sneak back into this game. Game crash. So I missed a couple of plays. So anyway, Oakland will take over deep in their own territory. Maybe they tried to take it out. on the kick return. It's now 3rd and 6. And they are unable to convert once again. So they're going to boot this ball back to the Saints. So it's all New Orleans early on in this contest, up 17-0. And there's a fumble on the play, but it looks like they're going to hold on to it. That would have been a huge break for Oakland, who really has not been able to get out of their own way, making their way into New Orleans territory, but meeting their Waterloo not once but twice inside the outside the 40-yard line, between the 40 and 50. One turnover on downs and the second on an interception. And so the Saints up 17-0, and they have all 3 of their timeouts. There's a flat pass that's incomplete on Ice's card, Matty Ice. Matt Ryan, and it's now 2nd down and 10. So Matt Ryan, the Boston College product, is in the twilight of his career. Some talk about him perhaps moving here in the offseason in the real life NFL. Seems like every strat league I play in, he seems to be on the trading block. 3rd down and 5, and neither club is calling timeouts. There's 52 seconds to go. So let's see what they're going to try here. Maybe be conservative, just keep that full house backfield in effect. Nope, they're going to go 3 wide here. Let's see what Oakland's going to counter with. We're waiting on the Oakland defensive call here. It's 3rd and 5. New Orleans is up 17-0. The Saints 12 and 4, coached by Gene LaFleur, up against the 14 and 2 Oakland Raiders. So you got a 0-0-4 across those flats, and you got a 6 back there at free safety. And he's just going to stay as is. A square into Cephas, but Cephas is not able to make the play. So again, a 10 roll on Matty Ice's card is an incomplete pass. So we're going to boot this ball back to Oakland. Are they going to try to return it? Nope, it's going to bounce into the end zone. 37 seconds left to go. Oakland has all 3 of their timeouts remaining. So we'll see how aggressive Tim is going to be, or if he's just going to take this into the half. I believe the Raiders get the ball to begin the 3rd quarter, but we'll just have to wait to see. 2 tight end set. That's Henderson in there. This is pretty much the primary lineup that we've seen for the entire contest. Defense is going to go 3-3-5, which they can now, under 2 minutes. Can bring multiple defensive backs in on any formation here with 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining. There's a draw play to Henderson, but it's just not going to go anywhere. So that play is stopped. Just a lot of white dice 6s here for the offense on these rolls, and they don't have that. It's a strong line, but really there's no 6s there. Oakland is going to choose to call timeout and see if they could get something else going here. With the ball at the 20. Defense back again in that 3-3-5. Does you just take a shot downfield just to see what Ruggs can do against that 4? New Orleans is bringing some heat here. And there's a pitch to Henderson. But he's going to be stopped for -1, and that's a blocking back reading. And so another white die 6. Oakland is going to take a timeout here, so that'll leave 22 seconds. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. So basically a maximum of 4 plays remaining here for the Raiders. Now they're going 4 wide. Defense is going to counter with 3-3-5. Wonder if they're going to move one of these defensive backs into the long pass zone. Let's see what they do. Couple of double teams here. That was a sideline pass. It was guessed right, but it was on Dak Prescott's card, and that's a 16-yard play. So Harris hauls it in. And there's new life here for Oakland. So the ball is at the 35, but Oakland only has 1 timeout remaining. So they're going to need a chunk play here to have any shot at a field goal. And try to cut into this 17-0 lead. Prescott, only 4 of 9 so far for 33 yards. That 16-yard pickup was the biggest one on the day. 2 tight end set. Defense stays 3-3-5. Defense guesses pass. That's a deep shot. He's looking for TJ Hawkinson, and that is incomplete. So that leaves 8 seconds left to go. So now, with the ball at the 35, if they can figure out one long gain, they'll have a timeout that will enable them to have a field goal here. But it's going to have to take a little bit of luck now. Again, Prescott is not great throwing deep. Couple of 4s on the field. Oh, that's Antonio Brown checking into the game. I was wondering which Brown that was. So Brown, Harris, Ruggs, and Johnson. Henderson's in the backfield. 8 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 from the Raider 35. Deep pass looking for Harris. That one's incomplete. So we got one more play to go before the half. And it's 3rd and 10. So the story so far in this contest has been, well, probably the 2 turnovers, I would believe. 2 turnovers for Oakland as they made their way into New Orleans territory around 42, 43-yard line. They turned one ball over on downs, and they had another drive foiled by an interception. So New Orleans is playing with a clean sheet so far in this contest. And if they can hold up for one more play, there's a pass to Antonio Brown, and he's able to haul it in for 10 yards, but that's going to do it. So a tremendous performance from the New Orleans Saints as they have held the 14-2 Raiders scoreless. And they have a 3-score lead themselves at 17-0. So Gene LaFleur, congratulations. You are halfway to the NFC Championship. We'll see if these guys are going to take a little break or if they're going to go straight away. Looks like they're going to go right into it. So we'll save the box score for later. And here we go. So this kickoff's going to go 9 yards deep. Oakland will down it and take over at their 25. So they've got a lot of work to do, but there's plenty of time. The entire second half is at their disposal. So we're going to see what this club is made of. Here's a first play long pass that is incomplete. He was looking for Marcus Johnson there. Prescott 5 of 13 for an interception, only 43 yards. His longest connection was 16 yards. Second down and 10. Ball to 25. Just underway here in the second half. New Orleans all over the Raiders, 17-0. There's a pass. He's looking deep for Ruggs, so he's a lot more aggressive coming out here in the second half, and he narrowly missed an interception. 2 through 6, 11 and 12. That's a 50-50 shot, I believe. Yep, I think that's correct. So a 50-50 ball there goes incomplete, and it's now 3rd and 10. And there's another pass that falls incomplete. That was a short pass, and they're going to have to turn this ball back over. All right, after that fair catch, New Orleans is going to take over at their own 25. So a 3 and out for Oakland. Not exactly what the doctor ordered. Already trailing 17-0. Let's see if they can hold serve here and get this ball back quickly. Oakland's possession lasted less than a minute. And there's a run, and it's a pickup of 1. Wayne Gallman, guessed wrong. 7 catches for 43, 7 runs for 43 yards for Gallman. Second down and 9. So Oakland playing a 4-3 defense with 2 zeros, and figures out how to get this done and go 14-2. That's so impressive. This Oakland team is not a super team by any stretch of the imagination. Just really says a lot about Bowler's coaching ability. Left guard able to make the block on that play, so that's a 6-yard pickup for Latavius Murray. 5 carries, 23 yards, now 3rd and 3. I didn't play Oakland this year. I'm the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams, finished 8-8 out of the playoffs. Gene's team clobbered my club. I think it was 33-3 or 33-9, maybe. It was a mess, absolute mess. There's a run around the left. That's going to be a pickup of 6, and that is good for a first down. And that was Dearness Johnson on the run, and he's going to have a really strong card next year as he took over for an injured Nick Chubb for the Browns this season. So I'm sure that was a late round pickup and a great one for New Orleans. Here's a quick look to the right. It's only good for 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Ryan is 13 of 23 for 129 yards. That was a pass to Cephas. I didn't hear him doing very much for Jacksonville this year. I'm sure that was probably a first day pickup, maybe 4th or 5th round for New Orleans. Just a dice roll to see if one of those wide receivers turn out to be a 2 or a 3. There's another look. That's another completion. That's on the defense's card. Linebacker in zone, 1 or 6. That's good for 6 yards. So Klein unable to make the play. And 3rd and 1, so big play here for the Raiders. Let's see if they can figure out a way to stop this club. Sterling Shepard has checked into the game. Again, I formation. So there's three possible running backs here. There's a run for Dearness Johnson. Defense guesses run, but Johnson, wow, that's an interesting card. Look at that. In a limited carry back, I don't think he had more than 50 or 60 carries. Guessed right. Look at the guessed right. That's amazing. 6-3-1-4-3-5-1-7. Well, isn't that something else? I don't know if LaFleur knew what he was getting or he was just going to pick up a scrap heap running back, but that's a great guessed right card. So Dearness Johnson will help them move the chains. There's an 8-yard pickup. Defense guessed run. That's to Edelman, 8 yards. And the ball's now at the Oakland 44 as we've just gone under 10 minutes here in the third quarter. New Orleans already up 17-0 over the 14-2 Oakland Raiders. Here's a quick look to Edelman, and that's a pickup of 7 and another first down. So Matt Ryan looking strong on this drive. He's now 16 of 26 for 150 yards. He already has 2 touchdowns in this contest. Just an efficient Okay, had to step away here for just a little bit. Doesn't look like we've seen very much happen. New Orleans does have the ball now at the Oakland 26 with just under 4 minutes to go. They're already up 17 to nothing. Off tackle run for Latavius Murray. Defense guesses pass, and he picks up 3. Fortunately for Oakland, it was on the D card, so he only gets 3. One linebacker in the zone. It's now 3rd and 3. So time is running short for the Raiders. If they can keep him to a field goal here, they'll keep it to a 3-touchdown lead at the very least. So let's see if they can get him off the field on this play and hold them to a potential field goal attempt. Pro set 4-3, safety blitz is in play. Sideline pass, defense calls short yardage. That's going to be a pickup of 10. That was actually a white die 6, 0 man in zone. And so the Saints are cruising now, up 17-0 with the ball at the Oakland 9 and 2:42 to go here on a running clock, 3rd quarter. Saints up 17, looking to push this one even more. And they won't do it on that play. Blocking back 2 or 0. Second down and goal to go from the 9. Here's an inside run for Gallman. But the center is not able to make the play. Let's see. Or maybe he did. Regardless, it's not much of a gain. It's 2 yards. So in that short yardage defense, one linebacker already in the zone. It's now 3rd and 7. James White checks into the game. Ryan is under center, so all of the runs are in play. Defense is in the 4-2-5. A run for White. Defense is double teaming elsewhere. White's going to pick up 5. And that's going to take it to the 2. So let's see what New Orleans chooses to do here. They're already up 17 to nothing. And little choice, actually. So they'll just take the 3, and they're going to extend this lead now to 20-0. So Oakland is down 3 touchdowns. Oakland knows what they need to do. They basically have to play near perfect offense at this point. But after 3 quarters of not being able to move the ball very well, one wonders if they're going to find magic on this last drive. So the Raiders are going to try to get it in gear here. There's a pitch to Henderson. Defense guesses run, but it's on the D card. So that's not going to pick up much. Gain of 4. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. So it's all New Orleans, 20-0 over the Oakland Raiders, who had the ball on their own 32. The Raiders are playing in Las Vegas in real life, but in autumn wind, they have stayed in Oakland. So Tim Bowler is going to try to find some magic here. There's a triple double. That's a pitch to Madison, but again, it's on the D card, and it doesn't pick up much. Had that been on Henderson's card, it would have been the dreaded 5, so I guess it didn't really matter. The right guard is not able to make the block. He needed to have a 6. That's come up a lot for Tim today. Those offensive blocking ratings have been 6s. It seems like consistently for Oakland, so they've not been catching a lot of breaks when it's gone to the D card. 3rd and 3. There's a quick out to Hawkinson, and there's your first down. So that is on Dak Prescott's card. So move the chains. 1st and 10, ball at the 40. Oakland has the entire fourth quarter here, but it's basically going to have to be a touchdown on every one of these drives unless New Orleans coughs up the ball. Some crazy turnovers are going to happen. So they've got maybe one drive where they can kind of sort of nickel and dime it, but eventually they're going to have to start making their way downfield and throwing deep. And speaking of deep, here's a post pass to Knox, but instead Prescott's going to duck and run. He's going to pick up 3. It's actually the first time that Prescott has run the ball. He's eligible for an end run, but he only gets 1 per game. And there's a nice pass over to Johnson and a first down. So that was actually a white die roll. So he gets the benefit of that roll. 8-yard pickup, first down. Marcus Johnson on the play. Now, Oakland's been due some breaks. They've not exactly been getting very kind rolls on those splits on the defensive card. So Tim will take that. Defender X or 12. That pass is going to be completed. So there's another first down. Prescott starting to heat up here. There's another pass to Dawson Knox. Actually, that's his first reception. Honey Badger makes the stop. And this is the deepest into New Orleans territory that Oakland has been throughout the day, unless in that little 3-minute break, perhaps they made it there, but I don't believe I've seen them make it this far into New Orleans territory. So this drive looks pretty promising. A little bit of momentum on this drive. Ball to 38. Off tackle run. Defense guesses pass. He's going to stay slow and steady, but again, another roll on the D card. And this time, the 4 goes into the favor of the Saints, as it's only a 2-yard pickup. Defensive end is able to make the play. And that was Roy Robertson Harris, who is only a 4, but that's the difference. If that's a 5, that's a 9-yard pickup. But the white die has definitely been favoring New Orleans here in this contest. A little 2-yard pickup just takes another 30 some odd seconds off that clock. There's a look to Madison. Defender 1 or 3. Wow. Just nothing there. 3-yard pickup. It's now 3rd and 7. Now the Raiders are down 20, so 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals would work. But I would have to think it's 4 down territory. There's just not enough time to kick a field goal here. Not great odds that the Oakland Raiders are going to have 4 possessions in this quarter. So this is a huge play. There's a pitch to Madison. And once again, we have the same, beating the same drum here. An offensive tackle, 0 or 5. And it's no gain, as it's a white die 6. So now the Raiders are left with 4th and 7 at the 34, which is just on the cusp of field goal range. But again, really a field goal here is not an option. They know they have to go for it. They'll stay in the 2 tight end set. So is Oakland going to be able to continue this drive or hand the ball back to New Orleans trailing by 3 touchdowns? They need this to extend the game. They definitely need a score on this drive. And is it going to come up short here? Who is Prescott going to look to? Staring at this 3-3-4. He's going to look for Knox. Defense is double teaming elsewhere. Is Knox able to come up with it? No, he is not. As an incomplete pass, 4 men in the zone, and the Saints are going to take over with just under 10 to play, already up 20 to nothing. So that's the second turnover on downs for the Raiders, who also have thrown an interception. So 3 turnovers on the day. The Raiders have just not been able to sustain drives. I believe the 37-yard line is the deepest that they have been inside of Saints territory. There's a run, but it's only good for 3. Offensive tackle 8 or 3. Leno can't make the play, but he does pick up 3. It's second down and 7. And that was Latavius Murray. So we've got this pro set offense with Murray and Gallman. That's 8 carries now for 28 yards. So they've been able to control the line of scrimmage. Ryan throws a flat pass, and that's only a pickup of 3. So it's third down and 4. Neither one of these two teams have been throwing a lot downfield. It's mostly just been little off-tackle runs for the Saints, along with flat passes and end runs for Oakland. Although they have chucked the ball deep a couple of times here, but basically New Orleans offense is predicated on, ground and pound, ball control. When you got that fullback running back combo, and both of them have pretty decent cards, makes the choice pretty easy. So third and 4. Defense guesses run here, and Sharp is able to make the catch. Actually, it was a linebacker in zone reading. And so that's a 6-yard pickup and a first down. Had to take a little break there and charge up the computer. There's a run for Latavius Murray. It's only a pickup of 2. Actually, no gain. There's a play for 3 yards. That's a run, and that was, again, Latavius Murray. So 11 carries now for Murray. This game is not going to reveal a lot of strong statistics. If there's an MVP, I guess it would be Matt Ryan with 2 touchdown passes, but again, it's all been about ball control and 3 turnovers for Oakland, 2 of them on downs. Four men in zone on that play. Receiver reading, and that was a sniper scope reading. As he found Trey Burton on a completion that's good for 20 yards. Actually, he's capped, so that was a 20-yard pickup. Had he thrown that to a receiver, actually it was a max gain of 63, but Burton is only able to get 20. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. New Orleans is just trying to get some more time off this clock anyway. So had Burton had a longer gain, that potentially could have been a touchdown pass, but either way, they have the ball now at the 31 and going to try to chew more time off of this clock. Here is a quick pass to Murray. Defense guesses run. That is wrong, and that is on Ryan's card. So that's good for another first down. With 5:42 to go, at this point, barring complete collapse, all of this is academic. New Orleans is just going to continue to bleed this clock. already up 3 touchdowns and looking to extend this lead. 1st and 10 at the 21. A 5-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 5. So Gallman now with 11 carries for 56 yards. Again, it's all been about ball control, mitigating risk. No turnovers today. Clean sheet for the Saints. 5 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Up 20-0 on the 14-2 Oakland Raiders. So it appears the New Orleans Saints are getting ready to punch their ticket for a chance at the NFC title. And they will be taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, who at 12-4 were able to defeat the New England Patriots, the 15-1 squad. So Duke Szymanski will be taking on Gene LaFleur in the NFC title game. And there's a run that doesn't pick up much. It's now 4th and 2. The ball at the 13. 3:54 to go. Gonzalez is going to put this one through. So now they've extended this lead to 23-0. Oakland tries to return the kick, and they'll take over at their own 18. So a great season for Tim Bowler, 14-2, but his quest for an NFC title is going to come up short in this contest. And congratulations to New Orleans, who did it the hard way. A wild card victory, and now a potential shutout against a 14-2 club, and they'll be taking on a 12-4 regular season Philadelphia Eagle club. Both of those were wild card clubs, as a matter of fact. So, congratulations, Gene, and congratulations, Duke. There's a run for Henderson. 6-yard pickup. Another run for Henderson. And that's a 1st down. So short gain, 15 yards. Ball at the Oakland 39, 2:24 to go. Here in the 4th quarter. Oakland trying to put something here on the board, trailing 23-0 to the New Orleans Saints. Four wide set shotgun, 3-3-5 for New Orleans. Looking for Henry Ruggs. And Prescott's going to take off. He's going to get 8, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So Matt Ryan is going to be playing here in the Final Four, the NFC Championship. He'll be going up against Kirk Cousins. So it'll be interesting to see next year. Prescott's going to have a much better card. So we'll see if Tim can make some trades and build around him. Henderson was injured for much of this year. So I'm not sure what kind of card he's going to have. Didn't really follow that closely the season that Madison had. But he's always been a good limited 100 carry back for the Vikings as he backs up Cook. There's a pitch left to Henderson. He gets 4. So 1:30 to play. The Raiders trying to avoid the shutout. They stay in that 2 tight end set. Prescott's going to throw one deep, and it's incomplete. That's on his card. He's got a long gain on 2 and a 28-yard pickup on 12 and 3 must runs in the middle. That card's going to be better next year, definitely. Catastrophic ankle injury for Prescott, but he did have a fine year for the Cowboys. So 3rd and 6 with 1:22 to play. That's a run, and he's able to get out of bounds, but he's not able to pick up the required yard. So it's now 4th down and 1. That was Prescott's end run, as a matter of fact. That's the first one of the game. And that'll be the last one of the game. So it's now 4th and 1. Still staying with that 4 wide set. 1:15 to go. Oakland trying to avoid the shutout. There's a square out pass. And it's caught, so it's good for 5. And Oakland will maintain possession. 1:07 to go. They did call timeout. So now the ball is at the 36. So this possession now will be the furthest into Saints territory that I've seen during this broadcast. I missed the first couple of minutes of the game. I had to step away here about a half hour ago for about 5 minutes. So unless they've made their way inside the 36 during that time, this is the first time they've been this close to pay dirt or a field goal, and they're doing everything they can to avoid this shutout. But a tremendous performance from the New Orleans Saints, up 23-0. Here's a curl pass. Defense double teamed successfully. Double teamed with a the linebacker. So the receiver reading on the defense's card goes to the receiver. He's not affected by the double team. A minute to play. So New Orleans is going to punch their ticket to the NFC title game. It's now 3rd down and 8. So the final contest that we will see is Grand Rapids. And this team's the Grand Rapids and Montreal. Grand Rapids 14-2, Montreal 12-4, a wild card team. So they'll be playing in the AFC Championship Monday night, and that winner will take on Houston. The Oilers, only their 2nd year in autumn wind, and they will be playing for a chance to play in the Super Bowl. 45 seconds to go. Raiders still trying to extend this drive. Ball at the 27. They are not going to kick a field goal here. They're going to keep playing to the end. 45 seconds to go. And there is a pitch to Madison, who gets 6 on the play. And now there's 30 seconds to go. Ball at the 21. So there's a pitch to Madison, and he makes his way out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain. 22 seconds remaining. Ball at the 14. So no timeouts left here for Oakland. Trying to avoid the shutout. And there is a pitch play. And so they're able to get the first down and get out of bounds. So now there's 15 seconds. That was Madison's 12th carry for 40 yards. Just not going to be a lot of eye-popping statistics at the end of this. The only one that's going to stick out is the 3 turnovers from Oakland. Other than that, it's going to look pretty ordinary. Matt Ryan had 2 touchdowns. Gonzalez had 3 field goals. And there's a pass and a touchdown from Prescott to Hawkinson, and a nice call. He was double teamed, actually. But Prescott is able to thread the needle, and Oakland avoids the shutout with that extra point. Now there's 1 second remaining, and that is your ball game. So congratulations to the New Orleans Saints, who come away with the upset road victory, 23-7 over Oakland. So Gene LaFleur, wild card winner and now divisional playoff winner, is headed to the conference finals to take on Duke Szymanski and his Philadelphia Eagles. Both clubs finished the season 12-4. So this is the last game for Tim Bowler, who will end at 14-3, 14-2 in the regular season. Shut out for 3 quarters and finally put points on the board with 1 second to go here in the 4th quarter. So a tremendous performance by Gene LaFleur and his vaunted defense. Let's take a look at the statistics. So basically, as you can see, all Saints putting the first 23 points on the board. They were up 17-0 at the half. The quarterback statistics. Matt Ryan, 23 of 35, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Nearly every pass he threw was 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. Dak Prescott, 12 of 27. He was forced to throw downfield more and more. Only 92 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Latavius Murray and Wayne Gallman carried the mail for Oakland. They combined for 23 carries for 90 yards. Neither scored a touchdown on the ground. Henderson with 15 carries for 75 yards. Madison added 12 carries for 40. So nothing really dynamic there. 12 and 15 yards were the longest gains for New Orleans, 22 for Henderson. Latavius Murray was also the leading receiver for New Orleans, catching 7 passes for 54 yards. He also had a touchdown. Julian Edelman, 5 catches for 52 yards. He also had a touchdown. Marcus Johnson with 6 catches, but only 27 yards. The lone touchdown to TJ Hawkinson on an 11-yard reception. He finished with 2 catches for 16 yards. Zane Gonzalez, perfect today, 3 for 3. He added three field goals and 2 extra points, so he had 11 points on the day. I don't believe, maybe there was one sack, and there it is. So that's Avery Williams, who had 10 tackles for the Raiders, and he also had one sack. So I may have missed something a little early in the game. I see a fumble recovery for Troy Apke. Now, if we can figure out who fumbled that ball. Yep, it's hard to say. I don't see anything here on a receiver reading. They don't really show the fumbles on special teams or for receivers, so I'm afraid that could have happened in the 5 minutes I pulled away here in the third quarter, or perhaps the first couple of minutes. But a dominating performance for the New Orleans Saints, who take this one 23-7 over Oakland. I'm going to go to the lobby, see if anybody else. Just shoot a message out there. If anyone wants to come backstage and talk about the game, come and just let me know. If not, I'm going to go ahead and shut down this broadcast. So I'm going to let both of the coaches know that if they want to join me for the end of this broadcast, they can. If not, we're going to shut this thing down and go about enjoying a beautiful Sunday afternoon. So again, Philadelphia and New Orleans will be matching up in the NFC Conference Finals for the right to play in the Uber Bowl, and Houston already has punched their ticket, and we are looking at a matchup between Grand Rapids and the Montreal Alouettes. And that game will be played tomorrow night. I believe the kickoff is at 7 p.m. So this autumn wind season, this is basically the 2021 season. We're playing with the 2020 cards. We're actually right now in February 2022. So we're a couple of weeks away from crowning a champion. This Autumn Wind League is one of the longest running Strat-o-matic football leagues in the country. It actually has its roots to the late 60s. It seems like it's mostly California dominated face-to-face players, but it has evolved over time, especially with the advent of the computer football game, which they adapted 16, 17 years ago, I believe. I've been in this league for 5 years. I coached the Los Angeles Rams. I've only made it to the playoffs one time. There's some really high quality coaches here. And one of the nice things about this league is the fact that you can't build super teams with 30 teams. We have drafts annually. And again, we play a season in 21, but we're using the 2020 card set. And so our new card set, let's see, the numbers will be put out. There's a ratings guide that comes out in July, and then we'll see the full ratings, I think pretty much late August. And then I believe the game is released with the new cards and new discs in September. When I say discs, what am I talking about? Who does discs anymore? Yep, it's all about downloads. So this is how I learned how to play the game, was watching broadcasts from Tom Cook and Dennis Crowley. And sometimes we have people join us, especially during the evenings, to join these broadcasts, but it is a Sunday afternoon and people are spending time with their families. So I completely understand that no one joined today, but I'll go back to the lobby. And if I don't see anybody here on the broadcast, then we're going to shut this thing down. And we're glad that you had the opportunity. If you listen to it live, thank you for listening. And if you're catching up with this broadcast later, I hope you enjoy it. We have one more to go. We'll have a live broadcast tomorrow night. Again, Grand Rapids taking on the Montreal Alouettes, who won their wild card game. And that winner is going to take on Houston for the right to play in the Uber Bowl. That's the AFC divisional round tomorrow night. So it looks like we're going to fly solo from beginning to end in this broadcast. So thank you out there for listening. Thank you for joining me. And if you're watching this broadcast late, I do hope that you enjoy it. thank you again for the opportunity to bring this broadcast. I had a lot of fun bringing it to you, and we will be back tomorrow night to bring one more contest. So, for Autumn Wind, this is Michael Reeves. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless everyone and stay safe. Have a happy and blessed Sunday.